So I played Monster Hunter Wilds in both the frame rate and the resolution priority mode, and basically I really didn't like how it looks with the frame rate mode. Again, this mode was designed to give you a 60 FPS. Although I felt that again I didn't benchmark it, but it felt that it's also dipping here and there. Uh, but the thing is that the game itself, the entire look of the game, looks blurry. And also in some areas where it does look sharp, you can definitely see aliasing there that it doesn't look sharp, and the details look a bit jaggy, and so some jaggy edges in the air of the character, and many other details in the scene. When, for example, the character moves the weapon, you can actually see, if you look at the weapon, the hammer, when you kind of charge it, you can actually see kind of a jagginess at the edges as well. Now, of course, when you have animation and stuff, lots of movement, you won't notice it, right? Because it's really fast, and especially if you're using the blur option in the menu, which you can turn it off if you like. So the blur option kind of, let's say, well, blur it a bit, but definitely you can see there's a trade-off there. Um, Also, textures of structures in the world don't look sharp. The thing is that I think they put more emphasis on the monsters you're fighting against and your character, because those actually look good. And these are the things that you'll be most focusing at, so it needs to look good. But again, I didn't, of course, measure it, but definitely I feel like the underlying resolution is low, and basically this is the reason why the game looks like that. And again, this gives the entire image something that looks blurry when I play in frame rate prioritization. Now, I am, of course, playing the beta, so again, it doesn't represent the final quality of the game, but I have a feeling that, again, if they came up with something like that, it most probably will find itself at the release of the game. But again, they can always optimize and things might change. But again, it's not only me. Later, I just checked, Google it, and other people say it's kind of, the frame rate is kind of, I'm going to quote somebody on Reddit said it's a blurry mess. And yeah, it does feel like it, It's not that I'm not enjoying the game and playing like that, and that's of course, the way I prefer playing it with higher frame rates, but it definitely can see that it has a cost. So then again, I went to prioritize resolution. We're supposed, of course, to increase the resolution of the game. Therefore, the game should look more detailed and suffer less from all the issues that I mentioned. And it definitely looked better. And definitely, this is the cost of frame rates. The question is whether I enjoyed playing it at these frame rates, and the answer is yes, I did. So this is a game that I'm definitely going to play at high frame rates. I just, this is the way that get more immersed with the combat. It feels better for me. And again, it's all about, can I actually enjoy the game? I mean, which one I can enjoy more? I mean, playing with higher fidelity visuals but slower frame rates, or playing with less fidelity and higher frame rates. And the answer for me was it was pretty easy for me, and basically I prefer the frame rates over higher visual fidelity. But I can tell you right now that I'm very sensitive to lower frame rates, but I can tell you even that I enjoy playing. What you see here, by the way, again, is resolution priority, and I did enjoy playing it in lower frame rates as well. So it's not really something that I suffered from heavily, like when I play, for example, Bloodborne. Coming from playing many games at higher frame rates, coming from Bloodborne was a nightmare for me. But this game actually felt good, and considering the fact that it's actually a fast-paced game, I was quite surprised that it didn't bother me that much. And other games that are slower bother me. And maybe again, it depends on the amount of details in the scene and other things. Maybe the color palette and contrast that maybe affect also how I feel when I play games in lower frame rates compared to high frame rates. But again, regardless of which one you're going to choose, it's a beautiful game, and definitely you can see that they've put a lot of. The reason for that is, well, you can see it. The monsters themselves are amazing, very detailed. They feel so organic in terms of movement and animation. There's also lots of particle effects and Several of these monsters can appear on the screen at the same time, let alone other players fighting with you with all the visual effects and everything. Yeah, so yeah, it is disappointing, trying the frame rate option, because it did give me the sense of feeling that the action on the screen is a bit further away from me. Kind of I'm distant from it because it felt to look blurry and not as good. This is why when I play the resolution mode, I feel more connected into the game. And I asked myself whether with the PlayStation 5 Pro, whether they're gonna, change that. The thing that I've read somewhere, somebody posted, something the developer mentioned, that they're actually just analyzing basically the PlayStation 5 Pro compatibility with their game. This was posted like a month ago or something like that. So, and they still have time, of course, until February 2025 when the game is released officially, to make some optimization. And yeah, definitely, I mean, some people buy a console for certain games. Some people, hardcore Monster Hunter fans, will justify buying the PlayStation 5 Pro just to enjoy high quality visuals and higher frame rates, and even higher quality visuals if it plays on the PlayStation 5 Pro. But the thing is that I wouldn't count on it right now, and unless there's official, of course, something from the developer mentioning that. But as of right now, based on what I've seen so far, it isn't. But definitely, this is one of the games that can really benefit from looking better and play higher frame rates. And if I was a hardcore fan of the game, I would probably consider getting the PlayStation 5 Pro if I played only on the PlayStation. But at the same breath, and you probably know what I'm going to say, I would prefer playing this on the PC, because there I don't have this limitation. I can play the game at a higher graphic fidelity, and we need to see what options there will be for this game, and also play it at higher frame rates. And I think for this game, this is the ultimate experience. And again, this is why I'll be playing this on PC based on what I've seen so far. Because there are some games that I prefer playing on the PlayStation 5, other games I prefer playing on PC. Not many of them, but some of them, like Elden Ring, for example, I play on the PlayStation 5 because I read that some problem might be with optimizations, and actually it was a good choice. So yeah, so these are my thoughts based on my experience. Things might change. Keep in mind, this is beta, so it doesn't represent the final quality of the game. So optimizations, other things might change when the game is officially released. But these are my thoughts based on my experience, current experience with the beta. Thanks for watching.